The 1963 Jefferson nickel, with no mint mark, might seem like an ordinary coin at first glance. But for collectors and numismatists, it can represent a hidden gem worth thousands, up to an astonishing $23,000 in certain conditions. Issued during a time when the U.S. Mint was producing massive quantities of coins. The 1963 no-mint mark nickel was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally omitted mint marks prior to 1980, while millions of these nickels were minted over. 175 million, to be precise. Certain specimens stand out for their pristine condition. Rare die varieties, full steps details, and minting anomalies. These rare traits transform a seemingly common nickel into a highly sought-after collectible that commands thousands at auction. The Jefferson Nickel Series, introduced in 1938, honors Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The obverse of the coin features a left-facing profile of Jefferson designed by German-American sculptor Felix Schlag, a design that remained largely unchanged until 2004. The reverse shows Monticello, Jefferson's iconic Virginia home, with the inscriptions E pluribus unum, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. The simplicity and symbolism of the design, coupled with the historical significance of Jefferson himself, add to the coin's timeless appeal. What makes the 1963 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel so valuable in today's market? First and foremost, condition is key. The most valuable 1963 nickels are those that have never been circulated, retaining their full luster and sharp detail, typically graded MS67 or MS68 by NGC or PCGS, Numismatic Guarantee Company, or Professional Coin Grading Service. In particular, coins with full steps FS on Monticello, referring to 5 or 6 clearly separated steps visible at the base of the building, are in extremely high demand. These full steps examples are evidence of strong, precise strikes. And only a tiny fraction of all 1963 nickels exhibit this level of detail, especially without blemishes, scratches, or weak strikes. A 1963 no-mint mark nickel with full steps in MS67 condition can fetch more than $10,000, while an ultra-rare example with near-perfect strike and luster can surpass $23,000 in top-tier auctions. Beyond condition, minting errors and varieties significantly increase a coin's value. Collectors are especially interested in rare errors such as double-die obverse DDO or double-die reverse DDR coins, off-center strikes, die cracks, or planchet flaws. For example, a 1963 nickel with a clear doubling on Jefferson's eye, nose, or inscriptions like "In God We Trust" or "Liberty" could easily bring several $1,000s, depending on visibility and condition. These types of errors are rare, but when certified, they attract intense bidding from error coin collectors. In fact, the combination of a high-grade full steps designation and a notable error makes the 1963 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel a true numismatic treasure. The rarity of finding such a coin in uncirculated condition is also due to the sheer volume of coins that entered circulation. Most 1963 nickels were used in everyday transactions for decades, subjected to wear, damage, and loss. This is why surviving examples in mint state are so scarce. Many collectors today search through rolls of nickels, old bank stock, or inherited coin collections in hopes of discovering one of these high-value pieces. Given the popularity of coin roll hunting and increased public awareness, the demand for these rare nickels has only grown in recent years. The rise in value of the 1963 no-mint mark nickel is also a reflection of broader trends in the coin collecting world. As collectors compete for registry sets, complete series of coins in the highest possible grades, coins like the 1963 Jefferson nickel in MS67F's condition become essential and highly competitive. Registry sets have created a market where even common date coins with extraordinary eye appeal and sharp strikes can command premium prices. Seemingly simple nickel can thus become a linchpin in a collector's registry set, justifying the high price tags attached to it. In this ecosystem, even one incremental point in grading, say, From MS-66 to MS-67 can mean the difference between a few hundred and several $1,000s. It's also important to understand the role of certification in securing high values. Coins authenticated and graded by reputable services like PCGS or NGC are far more trusted in the marketplace. A raw 1963 nickel, even if it appears flawless, won't reach its full potential value unless it is professionally graded. In fact, the $23,000 price tag typically applies only to PCGS or NGC certified coins in elite condition with the coveted full steps designation. These coins are often sold at major auctions such as heritage auctions, stacks, Bowers, or great collections, where competitive bidding drives up final sale prices. Collectors should also be cautious of counterfeits or artificially enhanced coins. Some unscrupulous sellers may attempt to clean, alter, or enhance a coin to mimic the appearance of a high-grade example. This is why purchasing coins from trusted dealers or auction houses and ensuring proper certification is crucial to making a sound investment. A true MS-67 full steps 1963 nickel, especially with unique errors or eye-popping luster. It's a blue-chip asset in the numismatic world. Another fascinating aspect of the 1963 Jefferson nickel lies in its historical context. This coin was minted during a dynamic time in American history amid the Cold War, the Civil Rights Movement, and just before the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Coins from the early 1960s carry an added layer of nostalgia and cultural relevance, particularly for collectors interested in U.S. history, while the Jefferson nickel design remained largely static until the westward Journey series began in 2004. Each date and mint combination carries its own unique stories, mintage, numbers, and die characteristics. The 1963 issue, due to its high production but low survival and top condition, occupies a special place in that lineage. In summary, while millions of 1963 no-mint mark Jefferson nickels were produced, only a select few are worth serious money today. What sets these rare coins apart are perfect preservation, die variety, full steps detail, and certification by reputable grading companies. A coin that checks all these boxes can reach as high as $23,000 at auction, making it one of the most valuable entries in the Jefferson nickel series. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer inspired by the dream of a valuable coin find, the 1963 no-mint mark nickel proves that even the most unassuming pocket change can hold untold treasure. It's a reminder to keep your eyes open. Do your research and always check your change, because you never know when a small 5-cent coin might just make you thousands of dollars richer. Next up, the 1957 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark may seem like an ordinary 5-cent piece, but in the world of coin collecting, certain examples of this coin have soared in value up to $3,000 or more thanks to their rarity, immaculate condition, and key grading attributes. Minted in Philadelphia, which did not place a mint mark on coins during that era. The 1957 Jefferson nickel had a substantial mintage of over 38 million coins. However, very few examples survived in pristine, untouched condition with perfect detailing. So those rare survivors, particularly ones exhibiting full steps on Monticello, flawless surfaces, and certified high grades from PCGS or NGC, are what drive the coin's impressive value today. The Jefferson nickel series, first introduced in 1938, was created to honor Thomas Jefferson, one of America's founding fathers, the author of the Declaration of Independence, and the third President of the United States. The obverse of the coin features Jefferson's left-facing portrait designed by Felix Schlag, while the reverse showcases his famous Virginia estate Monticello. Schlag's design was chosen in a public competition and has become one of the longest-running designs in U.S. coin history. The simplicity and classical elegance of this design, paired with Jefferson's iconic status, make the nickel both historically and aesthetically significant. Despite the high mintage of the 1957 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel, the real treasure lies in finding mint state coins, especially those with the full steps FS designation. The term full steps refers to the visibility of at least 5 or 6 uninterrupted horizontal steps at the base of the Monticello building on the reverse. These steps are often weakly struck due to die wear or poor striking pressure, making strong examples quite rare. Coins that feature full steps in high grades like MS66, MS67, or MS67 Plus are incredibly scarce and can sell for $1,000 to $3,000, depending on eye appeal and grading service. Another factor that greatly influences value is preservation and condition. A circulated 1957 nickel will likely fetch only a few cents to a few dollars at best. However, uncirculated coins with their original mint luster, sharp details, and no signs of wear are exponentially more valuable. The rarest and most valuable examples are those with not only full steps, but also a mirror-like surface, brilliant toning, or proof-like qualities. Collectors highly prize coins that are free of contact marks, planchette flaws, and discoloration. And these superior coins are often sent for professional grading. Grading agencies such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and the Numismatic Guarantee Company NGC provide authentication, assign a numeric grade, and confirm designations like Full Steps FS, which are essential in determining the coin's value. For example, a 1957 Jefferson nickel graded MS67 FS by PCGS is among the finest known and could reach the $3,000 mark at auction. In contrast, a similar coin without the FS designation or with a lower grade may only be worth a fraction of that amount. The registry set competition, where collectors aim to build the highest rated sets of coins, has intensified demand for top-graded nickels from every year, making pristine examples of the 1957 issue all the more desirable. In addition to condition and strike quality, mint errors and varieties can also drive up the value of the 1957 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel. Some examples display double-die obverse. DDO or double-die reverse DDR features wear design elements such as the motto "In God We Trust." Liberty or Monticello show noticeable doubling. Other errors may include off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchettes, or struck-through grease issues. These errors are typically worth much more than their regular counterparts. Collectors are always on the lookout for certified and documented examples. Depending on the rarity and clarity of the error, a 1957 nickel with a prominent minting anomaly could easily exceed $1,000 or more. Even in lower grades, many high-grade 1957 nickels remained preserved in original mint rolls or were set aside in collector albums, which protected them from circulation wear. However, these examples still had to survive decades of exposure without developing spots, carbon marks, or handling damage. Because of that, the number of high-quality survivors remains incredibly small. It's not uncommon for collectors, too. Search through thousands of coins or dozens of bankrolls just to find one nickel worthy of grading. The scarcity of premium examples drives intense competition in the marketplace and contributes to rising prices for top-tier coins. Furthermore, the historical backdrop of the 1957 Jefferson nickel adds another layer of interest. America in 1957 was at the height of post-World War II prosperity, with the Cold War intensifying and the space race beginning. Coins from this era are symbolic of a time when the United States was expanding its influence globally and experiencing economic growth. The 1957 nickel, a small artifact from that time, holds cultural and historical resonance for collectors who appreciate its place in American history. Over the years, cogent records and numismatic reports have documented remarkable sales of the 1957 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel. One example, graded MS67Fs by NGC, fetched nearly $2,800 at a public auction, while other near-perfect examples in PCGS slabs have sold for between $1,500 and $3,000 depending on market conditions, a buyer interest and visual appeal. These sales are testaments to the ongoing demand for high quality Jefferson nickels and highlight how even common date coins can bring big money when the right combination of factors is met. What truly elevates this nickel is the perfect storm of rarity, condition, design quality, and certification. A coin that might seem average in pocket change can command thousands of dollars when it checks all the right boxes. A strong strike with full steps, pristine uncirculated surface, certification from a top grading agency, and perhaps even an error or unique die variety. With the right elements in play, the 1957 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel becomes a highly valuable collector's item with market values reaching up to $3,000 or more. Collectors seeking to add a premium example to their collection should buy from reputable dealers. Attend trusted auctions or look for coins already certified by PCGS or NGC. Always verify the grade and full steps designation before making an investment. And be cautious of coins that have been altered, cleaned, or falsely claimed as Fs. Coin collecting is a pursuit of passion and precision. And the value of coins like the 1957 Jefferson nickel lies not only in their rarity, but also in the story they tell about American minting, its design, and history. In conclusion, while millions of 1957 no-mint mark Jefferson nickels were produced, only a tiny percentage survive in the top conditions needed to reach the upper end of the value spectrum. When found in MS67 condition with full steps, certified by a reputable grading service, or featuring rare errors or die varieties, this seemingly common coin can command a price of up to $3,000, a remarkable value for a 5-cent piece. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just getting started, the 1957 Jefferson nickel is a striking example of how coin collecting can turn everyday currency into a valuable asset and historical treasure. Next up, the 1964 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark is one of the most fascinating and misunderstood coins in the United States mint's modern history. Although it's often perceived as a common coin due to its enormous mintage, over 1 billion, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use mint mark certain. Extremely rare examples of this coin have fetched up to $5,000 or more at auction. These highly valuable pieces are not your average pocket change, but rather premium grade, ultra-scarce specimens featuring flawless full steps details, MS67 plus condition, and in some cases, significant minting errors that elevate their status from ordinary to extraordinary. The 1964 Jefferson nickel is a powerful reminder that even among the most common coinage, treasures can still exist hidden in old rolls, bank bags, estate collections, or forgotten boxes stored for decades. Introduced in 1938, the Jefferson nickel replaced the Buffalo nickel and features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, America's third president and author of the Declaration of Independence, sculpted by Felix Schlag. The obverse of the coin shows Jefferson facing left with inscriptions "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" with the year 1964. The reverse showcases Jefferson's home, Monticello, with the words "E pluribus unum, United States of America," and 5 cents. Schlag's elegant yet simple design remained unchanged for decades, making the Jefferson nickel series one of the longest running in U.S. history. While millions of these coins entered circulation, very few retained their original mint brilliance, making high-grade examples exceedingly rare and collectible. The primary factor that determines whether a 1964 Jefferson nickel is worth 5 cents or $5,000 is its condition, particularly its strike quality and surface preservation. Collectors and professional graders value coins in mint state MS condition, meaning the coin was never circulated and retains its original luster. The rarest and most valuable 1964 nickels are those that not only remain uncirculated but also have a full steps FS designation. Full steps refers to the visibility of 5 or 6 complete, unbroken steps at the base of Monticello on the reverse of the coin. These steps are often poorly struck due to worn dies or fast production speeds. During 1964, U.S. Mint was under intense pressure to produce a large number of coins due to a nationwide coin shortage. That urgency led to many weak strikes and lower quality production, making full steps examples from that year especially elusive. A 1964 Jefferson nickel graded MS67 or MS67 Plus with full Steps by PCGS or NGC is among the finest known and can command as much as $5,000 or more, depending on its eye appeal and rarity. Within the population reports, one of the reasons this coin is so fascinating is that its massive mintage actually works against the odds of finding high-grade examples. Over 1 billion coins means more dies were used, and many of them deteriorated quickly, producing coins with soft features and muddled steps. In addition, many 1964 nickels were heavily circulated or stored in non-optimal conditions, which introduced wear, contact marks, and surface abrasions. Surviving examples in pristine condition are scarce and often discovered in old original mint rolls or bank-wrapped rolls stored by collectors decades ago. With the passage of time, these rolls have become harder to find, and competition among collectors for the few remaining high-grade pieces has driven prices upward. Another significant factor that can push the value of a 1964 no mint mark Jefferson nickel to $5,000 is the presence of minting errors and die varieties. During the high-pressure production environment of 1964, mistakes were inevitable. Coins featuring double die obverse DDO or double die reverse DDR, where elements like Liberty, In God We Trust, or even Jefferson's profile appeared doubled are highly prized. Additional error types that dramatically increase value include off-center strikes, die cracks, struck through grease errors, clipped planchettes, and broad strikes. A rare error, especially combined with full steps and a high grade like MS66 or MS67, can result in a coin valued at thousands of dollars. These errors are often overlooked by the untrained eye but are highly sought after by experienced numismatists and error collectors. The importance of grading and certification cannot be overstated when assessing a coin's true value. Reputable grading services like the Professional Coin Grading Service PCGs and the Numismatic Guarantee Company NGC provide authentication, numeric grading from 1 to 70, in important designations like full steps Fs. A certified MS67 FS1964 Jefferson nickel is in the top 1% of all surviving examples and is recognized across the numismatic market for its elite status. These coins often appear in registry sets, which are competitive collections maintained by top collectors who strive to assemble the finest known examples of each coin. As demand for register-quality coins increases, so does the value of high-grade Jefferson nickels, and that's why a seemingly ordinary 1964 nickel can exceed $5,000 under the right conditions. From a historical perspective, the 1964 nickel also holds special relevance. It marks the last year before major changes to U.S. coinage, particularly the removal of silver from dimes, quarters, and half dollars beginning in 1965, while the nickel continued to be made from a 75% copper and 25% nickel composition. 1964 stands at the cusp of a major transition in American numismatics. The U.S. Mint was also preparing for the introduction of special mint sets SMS in 1965-67, which would further alter how collectors obtained premium coins. Thus, the 1964 issue represents the end of an era and is frequently viewed as a milestone coin that bridges classic and modern coinage. Over the years, auction records have demonstrated the strong collector interest in the 1964 no mint mark nickel. For example, a PCGSMS67FS example once sold for nearly $5,170 in a public auction, while other similar coins continue to reach prices from $2,500 to $4,800. Depending on bidding competition and certification details, these sales prove that there is still a vibrant and active market for Jefferson nickels, especially those from 1964, with full steps and superior grading. In contrast, a circulated or ungraded version of the same coin, even if visually appealing, is unlikely to sell for more than a few cents to a few dollars. The accessibility of the 1964 Jefferson nickel also contributes to its ongoing popularity. It remains a favorite among coin roll hunters, entry-level collectors, and error coin enthusiasts. because of the possibility of finding a valuable piece still in circulation or hidden in an old jar or roll. The excitement of discovering a high-grade or full steps 1964 nickel adds an element of treasure hunting to the hobby, and the relatively low cost of entry makes it appealing to collectors of all levels. For more seasoned collectors, building a full Jefferson nickel collection with top-graded FS-designated coins is a rewarding challenge. And the 1964 nickel often represents one of the most difficult coins to find in truly elite condition. In conclusion, the 1964 No Mint Mark Jefferson nickel is more than just a common coin with a high mintage. It's a collectible masterpiece when found in the right condition. Its potential to reach $5,000 in market value stems from a combination of factors: pristine, MS67 plus grade, clearly defined full steps, rare minting errors, and professional certification. Though billions were made, only a handful exist today that meet the exacting standards required to achieve such a lofty valuation. Whether you're a novice searching through pocket change or a serious collector aiming for the finest registry, set the 1964 Jefferson nickel stands as a testament to the hidden value in American coinage and the incredible stories a small 5-cent piece can tell. Next up, the 1977 No Mint Mark I dime is an exceptional coin that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide, not just for its age or design, but due to its remarkable rarity and escalating market value. Now reaching up to $36,000 in pristine condition, struck during a period when the U.S. Mint was transitioning in terms of quality control and coinage technologies. This Roosevelt dime stands out because of its absence of a mint marker, detail that might appear insignificant to the casual observer, but is monumental in the numismatic world. Normally, dimes minted in Philadelphia during that era were known to carry no mint mark, making it seem common. However, it's the perfect storm of condition, minting anomalies, and historical demand that skyrockets the value of this particular coin. Most 1977 dimes you find in circulation today are worth only face value. But a gem-quality 1977 dime with no mint mark, especially if it exhibits features such as full bands FB on the torch, sharp strike, and zero post-mint damage, can attract thousands of dollars at auction. Coins like this are usually graded by PCGS or NGC as MS67 or higher, making them ultra-rare in terms of quality. What adds even more allure to the 1977 No Mint Mark dime is its role as a subtle yet important link in the Roosevelt dime series, which began in 1946. Its copper-nickel-clad composition, 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, makes it resistant to corrosion, helping well-preserved specimens stand the test of time. Collectors often look for die varieties, double die obverses or errors, such as off-center strikes or misaligned dies, which may enhance this coin's uniqueness and value. As the coin collecting community continues to grow with both novice and seasoned collectors scouring change jars and estate collections, a 1977 No Mint Mark dime has emerged as a hidden gem, one that proves small denomination coins can hold astonishing value, with examples crossing the auction block for more than $36,000. This dime represents the golden rule of numismatics: never underestimate a coin based on its denomination alone. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1977 dime in exceptional condition, especially one authenticated and graded at the top of the scale, you might just be holding a treasure worth a fortune. Always look closely, research carefully, and consider professional grading. If you suspect your dime could be one of the few elite examples that command such an extraordinary price, it's stories like this that make coin collecting such an exciting and rewarding pursuit.